Today we're looking at one of the stalwarts of the executive business saloon category. And this particular car, well, some parts of it go a little more traditional than that. This is the all-new Audi A5. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of all our future uploads. So the new Audi A5 in Audi's new lineup replaces both the outgoing A4 as well as the A5 Sportback. So now you do get something like two cars in one. But this, well, what a car it is. Now first up at the front, we can see the completely redesigned front end. Now this is the advanced trim level. There are two trim levels that are available with the new Audi A5. This, the advanced, as well as a higher spec Edition 1 variant. Now the Edition 1 spec, that has the S-line body kit on the exterior as well as some other bits which I'll talk you through as we go on. Now one of the things that's new on all of Audi's new cars is this, their new logo. This is now a 2D version of the four rings instead of the previous 3D version, and this is what you'll see on all of their new models. You also get, of course, LED headlights. Now these are special because these are the optional matrix LED headlights, which means they come with a bunch of these LED squares that you can select your light signature of. There are 8 different options, and you can just cycle through the digital light signatures, and then you can choose which one you prefer the most. Now, the next really interesting thing to me about this new A5 is the powertrain. This is a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine with zero electrical assistance. No plug-in hybrid, no mild hybrid, just straight engine. Now this engine is of course based off of Volkswagen Audi Group's famed EA888 engine platform. And as we all know, that is a brilliant engine platform to go off on. So as for how the engine itself drives, we'll get to that a bit later on in this video. But all I can say is it is refreshing to see a new ICE engine, no electrical assistance whatsoever, just straight combustion. So as we move along to the side, the first thing I'm going to point out are the rims. Now these are the rims that come standard with the advanced trim level. These are 18-inch rims, and on the higher spec Edition 1 trim, these get upgraded to 19-inch rims. Now the next thing I want to point out is this. You get, of course, keyless entry and exit, but I want to point out these door handles because they're not actually handles. There's no physical release for these doors. In fact, there is only just a touch-sensitive bar on the inside of this handle pocket that you just put your finger on and the car door opens electrically. Now here on the B pillars, you can also see part of Audi's new branding signature along with the front badge. You also get the model names now on the side of the car. So now as we move further on towards the rear of the car, we can see the nicely shaped body lines that all flow towards the back, as well as, of course, the window surrounds finish in this very nice silver. Now remember how I said this is a merging of the A4 as well as A5 Sportback? Well, that will become apparent right now. So here at the back of the Audi A5, we can see this thing first of all. This is a 3D rear light bar, which I think looks quite interesting because this thing juts out of the rear bodywork like so, and of course you also have your new logo. Now, why I say it's apparent that this came from the Sportback line of cars is, well, when I opened the electric boot, which needs a bit of extra help, you can see that this is technically a hatchback. This opens up in the traditional Sportback fashion, leaving you easy entry to your boot. Now Audi says this has 445 litres of cargo space as it is, which is very easy for me to climb into. And of course, if I do need extra space, if I want to fit a friend, I can always lower the rear seats to get more cargo space into the cabin itself. So here we are in the back seats of the Audi A5, and as with any self-respecting executive business saloon, it's comfortable back here. Now these seats are all fully leather, and of course I have enough legroom for myself, as well as plenty of headroom. Now this being, of course, an ICE vehicle, you don't get the flat floor you get in many of the EVs nowadays, but I think that is okay. It's not too big of an issue, and you can sit 4 people in this car very comfortably and 5 with a squeeze. Now, if you don't have anybody in the middle seat, of course, you can always lower down the center armrest, which houses your cup holders, and you can also use the 2 USB ports. You got your own 2 air vents as well as your own aircon controls back here. And of course, if you need to ferry children around, you also have ISOFIX points on either side, so you can put a child seat on the left or the right. So before we get into the front seats proper, the first thing I need to show you is this. This is a new touch-sensitive control panel in the door of the Audi A5. So all of the things that used to be on this bit of the dashboard has now been moved to this control panel, which now houses the door lock and unlock, the lighting controls, your mirror adjustments, your memory seat adjustments, as well as your child lock. It's now all on this touch-sensitive panel in the door. So now we come to the cabin proper, and this is an entirely new cabin for the new A5. Now, first things first, you'll notice that there are much fewer buttons in here than there were on the last A5, as is quite a common trend with cars nowadays. So we'll start with the steering wheel. It's of course very nice to hold and it's leather wrapped. And you can see the main thing is that the multifunction buttons on the steering wheel are now touch sensitive instead of physical buttons. Now, I'm not going to pretend and say that this is my favorite thing ever, but at least in the case of this A5, the buttons can be hard pressed like a physical button should you desire, and they're nowhere near as easy to accidentally activate as in some other cars. Now, of course, the big thing in this interior is this new curved display right in front of you. Of course, you still have your virtual cockpit in front of you, but now you also have your 14.5-inch multimedia interface in the center console. Now, this is of course freestanding, it's all by itself, and it is a commanding display in front of you that of course curves around you and is angled towards the driver. Now, this is of course where you'll adjust all of your car features like your air conditioning, your wireless Apple CarPlay, your wireless Android Auto, as well as adjust, stuff like your ambient lighting, your safety systems, and all of that stuff. Like with any other new car, it's all in the screen. Now, the center console also has your creature comforts such as wireless charging for your mobile phone that is cooled so your phone doesn't overheat. You also get 2 USB Type-C ports, 12-volt power outlet, as well as your physical controls for stuff like your hazard lights, your drive mode selection, and your auto start stop. Now, above the gear selector switch, you also have your quick toggle for your 360-degree camera that comes as standard. Now, if you spring for the higher spec Edition 1 variant, then you get the S-Line interior, which is a bit nicer. You get a different steering wheel, you get your S-Line seats, as well as your heads-up display. Now, additionally, on top of that, you can also option out a passenger display screen so your passenger can adjust stuff like your music that's playing or navigation instructions. Now, that is about it for the interior. All that's left to do is to see how the new A5 drives, so let's go. Now, this has, of course, that 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine making 204 horsepower and 340 Nm of torque. Now, that means this is a very grunty engine. This has a lot of power even when it's down low in the rev range, which means you can merge into traffic or get up to speed really, really easily. And let me tell you, this car, it's very easy to get up to speed. It's very easy to stay there. There are very few cars that I would say are as easy to accidentally break the speed limit in as this, because this thing, you don't feel the speed. It's so stable, it's really quiet, there's no wind noise. I think this is a bit of a noisy tire, so there is quite a lot of road noise, but if you're running a quieter tire, then I don't think this would be as big of an issue. And then of course, because it's so well built and so well engineered, even with all of the cruising and expressway speeds and trundling around in heavy Singaporean traffic that I've been doing, I've managed to average 11.6 kilometers per litre. And I don't drive with a very light right foot. Now, flat out, this will do 0 to 100 in 7.8 seconds, and it will hit a top speed of 248 kilometers an hour. And over the years, I've tried a number of Audis, and all of them just feel refined, well put together, and the adaptive cruise control works well. It doesn't freak out. The whole thing just gives me a very comfortable, secure drive that I think a lot of people are looking for. Now, in terms of handling, this does have a progressive steering rack, so you get nice, sharp steering with decent feel. And if you do opt for the higher spec Edition 1 variant, you also get sport suspension included as standard. I guess this A5 is a reminder of what made Audi such a great brand in the first place and why people love it for the brand it is. It's a great looking and driving business saloon that can propel you and 3 of your friends, business partners, family members along in extreme comfort. It's got a rock-solid powertrain and rock-solid build quality, both inside and out. And of course, it still has your wide range of tech features and driver assistance systems to satisfy the tech-savvy business mogul that's either driving or sitting shotgun in this car. So if you're in the market for a new mid-size executive business saloon, well then the new Audi A5 presents itself as a compelling option. It's from a well-known brand, a big name like Audi. It's got a reputable powertrain under its bonnet, and of course the build quality inside is just fab. It's also got a wide range of safety systems and tech features that you know are reliable. So if this is what you're searching for, then perhaps your search is over. As always, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.
Motorist.